Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. As usual, we'll give it a few minutes for people to join, and then we'll get started. Hey, Mike. Hope all is well. Hey, Duke. Welcome, brother. Yeah, so, Mike, as I told you the other day, I did order a new holster from Tucker and Bird for my 1911s, and now they have a 3-month wait. AG, welcome, brother. Thanks for joining us. Um, it is what it is. I get impatient. I don't like to wait. Um, but I do have to say that the holsters from Tucker and Bird are well worth the wait. Um, they are custom made, and I don't mind waiting 3 months because I have 4 holsters from them, and they are all just fantastic. I can't say enough about the quality, and I'm sure when you get yours, Mike, you'll agree. Sometimes they do surprise you, and you do get them a little earlier. I am going to put my email address in here. As I mentioned on Saturday's stream, I will be giving away a weapon light. I will randomly pick someone and I will give it away on Saturday. All right. So my email address is in there. And just mail me and tell me that you're interested, and I will pick a winner, and then I will ask the winner for their shipping address. I will pick a winner and announce the winner on Saturday's stream. So let's talk about gun news real quick. So it is official, being I do live in the great state of Tennessee. It is a highlight PX4 weapon light. You can check my videos, Mike. I did a review on it about a week ago. So it is official. Governor Lee did sign the bill allowing the use of deadly force to protect personal property, and it does go in effect July 1st, 2026. The interesting thing is that Governor Lee has done a lot for Tennessee, but I still think he's a rhino because Tennessee has this stupid gun law on the books called the intent to go armed. And theoretically, you could be arrested if you leave your house carrying a firearm. From what I checked, no one has ever been charged with it, but it's something that they've had on the books forever. And the amazing thing about it is that Governor Lee signs a bill allowing people to use deadly force to protect personal property, yet the court ruled that um, the intent to go armed is unconstitutional and unenforceable. And the ironic thing is, Governor Lee and the Attorney General appealed it. So I I kind of don't understand how you would sign a bill allowing people to use deadly force to protect personal property, but yet you won't take a stupid gun law off the books like the intent to go armed, which, by the way, you don't even need a permit to carry in Tennessee, which makes it even dumber. Hey, Brookside Farm, thanks for joining. So my point of this is, like I always say, don't take your gun rights for granted. Um, look at Florida, right? Well, we got the liberals out already. That didn't take long. But look at Florida. Now, Florida has a 3 day waiting period to purchase a firearm. And even if you pass your background check, you still have to wait 3 days in order to have the firearm transferred. And now the Attorney General of Florida, along with the NRA, are fighting that. And it looks like that will be ruled unconstitutional. Virginia, their stupid assault weapon ban goes into effect July 1st. And the funny thing about it is that in May, Virginia performed 73,000 background checks. They can't get enough AR-15s. Hey, John Volt, thanks for joining. Exactly, Milham. A right delayed is a right denied. And that's cool there, Brookside. I'm glad you got to take out the Henry. So my point is that, like I always say, don't take your state for granted. Tennessee is a very red state, but that can change in one election. I mean, look at Virginia. I mean, who would have ever thought they would have had a lunatic communist governor like that? Their assault weapon ban is just moronic. So you have states now like New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, Illinois, California, Hawaii, banning Glocks. I love my Henry there, Brookside, but I don't hunt. I haven't started hunting yet. Um, Maybe when I retire, I just take it to the range when I'm shooting my 357 revolvers. Hey, Dave, good evening to you. Um, but I'm hoping that the Supreme Court gets on board. Like in Maryland, where they're banning Glocks, the NRA is suing them, claiming that the government can't take a whole class of firearms and make them illegal. So we know that these liberal states just made up the term assault rifle, okay? But now, hey, Gundogan, but now these liberal states took it a step further. Now they're not satisfied with your AR-15. Now they're coming after AR pistols. So now these same liberal states that made up assault rifles are now calling them assault pistols. And, you know, The Supreme Court's got to get on board with this stuff and say enough is enough and hands off the Second Amendment. You know, Mellingham, you would think that, but logic never prevails. Um, I do have to say, in Virginia, um, I am proud of the sheriffs who refused to enforce the gun law um, because, as an elected official, a sheriff takes an oath to uphold the Constitution, and it is unconstitutional. Even some of the DAs in Virginia are against that. But can you imagine that in the month of May, Virginia had 73,000 background checks run? I mean, AR-15s have to be flying off the shelves. I mean, and the weird thing about it is that after July 1st, you're grandfathered, but you can't use it because it's illegal to, it will be illegal to transport an AR-15 on any government-owned property, and that includes streets and sidewalks. So you can't even put it in your car and take it to the gun range. The Supreme Court's got to get on board with this stuff. Same thing with Hawaii. Hawaii created their own twist on where you can and can't carry. Yet, gun controllers are the best salesmen. I mean, you know, the funny thing about it is there is no proof that murder rates have dropped when they had assault weapon bans. None whatsoever. Because the law-abiding citizens are not killing people with them. Only the Democrats kill people with them. But anyway, like I always say, I would write my representatives. I go to our website every month just to find out what gun laws are being proposed and write my representatives to vote for or against them. And I would definitely do the same. You just can't take for granted anymore that you have gun rights. You get a lunatic like that governor of Virginia, and it's gone. And Sillyback, your mommy's calling you. And Fuber Duber, thank you for your service. And it's not that we have a problem with liberal gun owners. It's some of the policies that they enact, like trying to take our gun rights away. You know, all liberal gun owners are not lunatics. I agree. The dude guy, 1911 is awesome. Matter of fact, I actually started carrying a 1911 again. You know what? And I agree with you, that dude guy. I agree with you. We need more gun owners, period. And you know, the funny thing about it is, apparently, they did a study, and gun owners don't vote because if all the gun owners voted, we wouldn't have this stupid shit. But you know, you can't bastardize the Constitution and then vote for the people who are taking your gun rights away. Just kind of doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, again, I digress. That dude guy, yeah, I agree. I actually started carrying a 1911 again. Um, when I bought the Kimber um, custom LW, and we went on vacation in Nashville, and I carried it all week, took it to the range, and now I'm really not liking polymer frame striker fire pistols anymore. That is true, Melhingham. Apparently, hunters don't give a shit because their logic is, well, we're hunting birds. It doesn't affect us. See, when the hunter's got his shotgun and he's walking around the woods, he doesn't give a rat's ass about them banning rifles and shotguns. Um, so I agree with that. Hunters really just don't care about our gun rights as pistols because their logic is it doesn't affect them, but it may one day. Um, Drilla, are you talking? Is that the Taurus, the TX-22? I'm going to get people's panties in a bunch here, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of Taurus. I'm just not. Um, they're just not one of the better quality guns out there. Um, they're cheap, but you buy cheap, you get cheap. I don't know, Brookside. I think a lot of hunters that are only shotgun owners really don't care if they take our pistol rights away. Because I think their logic is it doesn't affect them a damn bit, but it may one day. Um, so where was so yeah, so I carried that Kimber LW um, to Nashville. My wife and I went to a range, and I beat the piss out of that thing. And I shot probably 300 rounds, and I hit the steel plate every time. So I really like it a lot. Um, and when I ride the motorcycle, honestly, I find the 1911 the most comfortable gun to wear. Um, the grip is probably a third the size of the grip of a Glock. Um, it doesn't print. Um, you can carry a full size 1911. It prints less than my Glock does. Hey, Samuel, your mommy's calling you. Bye bye. Wow, liberals are starting early today. That's interesting, Duke, because all I can tell you is that if all the gun owners voted, we wouldn't have all of this stupid shit going on. I'm agreeing with you, Milliam. I really think that if if the hunters are not voting, they don't really care about our Second Amendment rights because, like I said, if they're going to ban a pistol or an assault weapon, they don't care. They have their shotgun, and their logic is doesn't apply to them. They don't really care. So I just did a follow-up review on that Kimber custom LW, and basically, like I said, I shot 300 rounds through it at the range. I had one misfire, and I'm absolutely convinced it wasn't the Kimber. It was the Winchester white box 230 grain 45 ACP ammo. And the reason I know it's not the Kimber is because I actually had more failures with that ammo on my Glock 21, and that eats everything. Hey, Ozzy, welcome, brother. Good to have you back. Um, no, no, Dave. Actually, that's not true. What I'm saying is that um, I would highly recommend that Kimber. I bought one a few years ago. Like I said a few times on the stream, I had nothing but trouble with it, and I got rid of it. And I probably should have tried better magazines like Wilson Combat or Chip McCormick. But when I took this Kimber on vacation and shot it, like I said, at 25 yards, I hit the steel plate every time. And one misfire was because of the Winchester uh, white box ammo. Um, and I was even concerned that as a lightweight gun with the alloy aluminum frame that it would have more muzzle flip. Um, and it didn't. And I didn't even use my Wilson Combat or Chip McCormick magazines. I used the standard magazines that came with that Kimber, and I'm very impressed with it. I'm glad I got it because I got a phenomenal deal on it. I mean, I went to Bud's and I think I got that Kimber with a range bag, came with a Kydex holster, came with a mag carrier, and 3 magazines for like 6 and a quarter. VWMK for life. Yeah, it depends on where you're from. Um, in Tennessee, we're allowed to use rifles, shotguns, pistols as long as it's 38 caliber or higher. But Duke will confirm. When I used to live in the communist state of New Jersey, you were only allowed to use shotgun, bow and arrow, or black powder. And that's because there's so many frickin' people that there's nowhere in New Jersey you can go hunting with a rifle and not shoot somebody. We have some new people on now. Thank you for joining the chat. We do this live stream every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern and every Saturday at 12 noon. It is an open forum. It's basically firearm and accessory and Second Amendment discussions. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I did put my email address in there. You'll have to look for it. It's biggun@fsemeraro.com. I will be giving away on Saturday a weapon light. So if you're interested, send me an email and let me know you're interested, and I will randomly pick a winner on Saturday, and then I will reach out for the person's shipping address. Well, what? I wonder how that changed there, Brooke. Would the population drop? I mean, I know in New Germany, you just can't shoot with a rifle because it's too congested. I haven't, I haven't gone hunting yet. Maybe when I retire. Uh, I always wanted to go hunting for wild boar. Um, they have a few places down here. It's like $500 for the weekend. You get the cabin, they feed you, and you get a guide, and um, you get to hunt wild boar. Think some of them even guarantee you that you'll get a wild boar. That's just something I always wanted to do. Um, just haven't done it yet. Um, don't really have a lot of hunting guns. However, I do have a bolt action Remington 308, which I would use. Maybe I'd like to even try turkey hunting. We got a shitload of turkeys here. I mean, even the turkeys in the woods across the street from me. Um, Last year, I came home one day and there were like 30 frickin' turkeys on my front lawn. Yeah, like I said, I have woods across the street from me, and there's all kind of shit in there. There's coyotes, there's bobcats, there's mountain lions, there's turkey, there's deer. Um, and those turkeys are nasty too. But yeah, I came home one day, there were like 30 of them on my front lawn. And the deer are a pain in the ass. 2 years ago, um, I hit one of those things, never even saw it, never even had a chance to put on my brakes. Yeah, VWMK life, that's pretty much like it was in New Jersey. Yeah, I'd like to try turkey. I'm just curious. If you get a turkey shotgun, I don't even know what gauge shotgun you would use for turkey. Well, we're big on boar here in Tennessee, and um, you don't even need a permit to hunt them because um, they're an annoyance. They they get into the farms and then they bite the cattle, and then they got to put the cattle to sleep because they get diseases from their mouth. That's that's a good one, Ozzy. So Illinois, that probably has more shootings than anybody, and wants serial numbered ammo cases, allows people to use rifles when they hunt. That's interesting. And now Illinois jumped on that Glock ban as well. I haven't heard anything yet about the um, serialized ammo, so I don't see how that's going to fly. Yeah, Duke, I don't know. I'm thinking like a 12 gauge shotgun will probably blow a turkey apart. Um, Shadow 22 Magnum is self defense. Mm, I get it that it's all about shot placement. Um, but honestly, for self defense, I wouldn't carry anything less than a 9 millimeter. And if you're going to carry a revolver, I wouldn't carry anything less than 38 special. But that's just me. I mean, 22 Magnum uh, could do the job with proper shot placement, but that's you're asking a lot out of that cartridge. I'm not a fan of small cartridges like that for self defense. Just like 380, I'm not a fan of that either. Personally, I'd go with a 45 or a 10 millimeter. Um, that's what I carry. But you know what, Shadow? The best defense gun is the one you have, right? I mean, if you only have a 22 and you're accurate with it, you know, it doesn't matter what caliber you carry. If you can't shoot, it doesn't really matter. Hmm. That's interesting there, Brookside. I got to try that one day. I mean, we got a lot of turkeys here, and I think with my fishing permit here, I you do get small game, but I don't think they consider turkey small game. Yeah, you know what it is, Duke. I'd be honest with you. I'm like lazy bastard. I'm not walking in the woods and like carrying a 400-pound deer all by myself and dragging it through the woods. That's just not going to happen. I'm old and I'm fat. I ain't carrying an animal that big. No, the lazy part with me, Duke, is I'm old and I'm fat. I'm not carrying. I'm not dragging a carcass through the woods all by myself. Well, whatever the deer weighs. I'm just saying. You know. Hey, Pezzo, thanks for joining, brother. Glad you made it. We're talking about hunting. I've never done it before. Um, so we're talking about turkey hunting and deer hunting. Uh, I don't hunt yet. I'd like to do it one day. Well, I don't honestly, Duke. I don't know how much they weigh. All I know is I hit one with my car 2 years ago, and it cost $2,500 worth of damage, and I didn't even see the little bastard. He jumped out of the bushes. I never even got to hit the brakes on my car. And the funny thing is, I think I hit him at 30 miles an hour, and he did a flip in the air, landed on the ground, and took off. Well, regardless of that, whatever a deer weighs, even if it weighs, 200 pounds, I'm still not dragging a 200-pound deer through the woods all day long. Hey, Dale, thanks for joining, brother. Good to see you out here. I don't know. I mean, maybe if I could take a quad into the woods. Um, Coyote hunting is easy. We don't need a permit to hunt them out here in Tennessee, and you can get all the coyotes you want in the woods right across the street from me. That's what I'm talking about, Duke. I put my fat ass on the quad, drive the quad into the woods. I can have all my snacks and stuff on there. Um, and then if I do catch something, you throw it on the back and you drive it out. But to just drag an animal through the woods all by myself, turkey's one thing, a deer, that's another story. And I'm definitely not dragging out a wild boar by my own. But that would be my ideal scenario is to take a quad, ride the quad through the woods. Then if you catch something, you put it on the quad. And, because I'm a fat bastard, I'd have to have the tree stand load tested. But Oh, nice, Pezzo. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be like Buana, the great white hunter or nothing. I just figured turkey would be easy to start with. They're not that heavy. You could drag a few of them out of the woods. Yeah, they say that, Duke. So that's the problem, is that, you know, I don't know what I don't know, right? And I never tried it yet. So, of course, the first time you're going to probably really strain yourself because you're going to be doing stuff you weren't supposed to do. Um, I have a touch of the ADHD, and I'm going to try to do things quick because I get impatient. And so, anybody get any new firearms lately? I'm trying to justify a staccato, but I can't get past that $2,500 price tag. I don't shoot competition. I only shoot defensive shooting. Ah, you know what, Dale? When I got my Henry, I got the 357, and when I got my Henry and I went to pick it up, there were two guys that ordered it in 4570. That's funny there, common sense. Um, my wife had the Smith& and Wesson Shield Easy because she can't rack the slide on any of my Glocks. And she liked it a lot. And then they came out with the equalizer, and the equalizer has incorporated the EZ technology, but the equalizer is a little bit bigger and it's optic ready. Um, and it's a great shooting gun. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about a suppressor myself. CZP-10, that's a great gun, AG. I have one. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's funny. The woods across the street from me goes on like forever. Um, and there's, like I said, there's all kind of shit in there. There's coyotes, there's bobcats, there's mountain lion, there's deer, there's turkey, and every once in a while, when you sit on the porch late at night, um, you could hear blood curdling screams coming from the woods, and some animal got something, and it's really creepy because it's really quiet here, but then late at night you hear those animal screams coming from the woods, and it's just creepy. But you know what, Duke? Maybe one day you come down here and we'll go on one of those hunting trips where you know you get the cabin and the tour guide, and you could shoot, you can catch wild boar. Yeah, I have some holes in the backyard. I'm pretty sure from groundhogs. Um, I'm surprised that my Great Dane hasn't caught one yet. You know what, Pezzo? Tennessee government claims there's no mountain lions in Tennessee, but I can guarantee you there are. I've seen them, and a buddy of mine has got a cabin in Tennessee, and he's always got his Ring doorbell on. Now, the mountain lions are not big, but they're mountain lions. Well, that'll be good, Duke. Even if you just take a ride down. It's only 11-hour drive from New Jersey, so if you actually drove down to Tennessee, once you got here, you can carry a firearm because you don't need a permit to open or conceal carry. So, Tennessee government also claims there's no alligators, but people have taken pictures of them. So, yeah, I don't believe anything the government tells us. I bet. And raccoons are just worthless animals. Oh, good for you, Duke. That is good that you lost 43 pounds. Congratulations. Yes, security cameras catch a lot of stuff. Well, I could tell you, Pezzo, a buddy of mine that's got a cabin in Washburn, Tennessee, not that far from me. Um, he's got videos that I've seen of smaller mountain lions on his property. Um, we do have a lot of black bear in Tennessee, but I haven't seen any in the woods near me. They're getting so because people are freaking stupid. They go into the Great Smoky Mountains and they feed the bears. So now the bears are not afraid of humans. And if you ever go on YouTube and you watch videos of like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, the bears just walk into stores um, and hotel lobbies and stuff like that because they're not afraid of people anymore. Yeah, you know what, Duke? I remember when I lived in New Jersey, if you went to like West Milford, they had shitload of bears out there, and they used to have a bear hunt every year in New Jersey, and then all the animal rights activists would complain and bitch and moan. Um, but I think they still do have the bear hunt in New Jersey. Um, they've even had them, in Wayne, New Jersey at the motor vehicle. Um, but yeah, they used to have the bear hunts in New Jersey. Um, there are some areas that are pretty wooded, like West Milford and Sussex County, and I'm sure like down in the Pine Barrens. That's a good question, Pezzo. And yes, the black bears are mainly in the Smoky Mountains, right? But because they keep taking away land, the bears are running out of room, right? So they tagged some of these bears, and now, there's nothing keeping them in there. It's not like it's fenced in. And now they're finding some of these bears 30 miles away. So they're walking out of the Great Smoky Mountains down into Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, and go check out YouTube and put in Gatlinburg, Tennessee bears, and you'll see, these bears are walking the street with people. They're walking into restaurants and hotels and stores, and every once in a while you have a jackass that's going to try to take pictures of them, or video. Um, but for the most part, they're really not aggressive. I mean, they're looking for food because we keep squeezing them out of their land. But yeah, I see videos like every day on YouTube of the bears in Gatlinburg. So Duke, did you ever wind up getting that Glock 20 yet? Glock 20 is awesome. It's one of my favorite 10 millimeters. I have a lot of them, but the Glock 20 is awesome. Um, I recently bought the Smith& Wesson M&P 2.0 10 millimeter. Hey, Randall, thanks for joining, brother. Good day to you. With the 4-inch barrel, and I like it a lot. Um, I got to tell you, I took that with me when we went on vacation and shot that at the range as well. Shoots very nicely, and I'm surprised that it doesn't have more muzzle flip than it does. Um, my only complaint about that gun is that the stippling is very, very aggressive. And I carry inside the waistband with that, and it chews up your skin. So, but other than that, that M&P 2.0 10 millimeter is freaking awesome. They did an excellent job on the trigger. You know what? It happens, Duke. Family always comes first. That's a welcome there, Dropin. We do this live stream every Wednesday evening, and every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern, every Saturday at 12 noon. We discuss firearms, etc. Pezzo, what's the recoil like on a Glock 20? You know what, Pezzo? A lot of people that complain about the recoil of a 10 millimeter never actually shot one. They heard it from a friend of a friend. Um, 10 millimeters very manageable. Matter of fact, my wife shoots the Glock 20 better than a lot of guys I know. It's actually, the Glock 20 is very easy to shoot because it's got a full size barrel and it's heavy. So it doesn't get much recoil. But surprisingly, that Smith& Wesson M&P 2.0 doesn't really have much more recoil. Glock 20 is an awesome gun. I agree with you, Brookside. I have not tried full-blown buffalo bore. And in all fairness, when you go to the store and you buy 10 millimeter ammo, for the most part, it's really watered down like 40 caliber. I mean, you got to shoot some serious shit through it. But yes, Randall, the Glock 21 is great also, but um, that's a 45. I just built a Glock 21. Um, I used Lone Wolf, uh, the Lone Wolf Timberwolf large frame, and I built my Glock 21 with that. Yeah, Buffalo Bore is awesome. Absolutely, Pezzo. Matter of fact, the Glock 20, a lot of the Alaskan tour guides use the Glock 20 for grizzlies. And if you had buffalo boar, I absolutely would trust it for black bear. And black bear um, are also not as tough as the grizzlies. The grizzlies have a lot more um, muscle mass and fat tissue. Um, yeah, Randall, I got the. I can't show it on the stream because they'll have a shit fit, but maybe I'll review it this weekend. So I got a great deal on the Lone Wolf large frame, and it will fit either a Glock 21 or a Glock 20 slide. Um, it's got great ergonomics. It even comes with a back strap and a mag well, and I think I got it on Brownells for like $129. Yeah, common sense. You know what? If you could shoot, you could shoot. I mean, to be honest with you, uh, you know, I own a lot of guns, and I I don't really think it's the gun that makes the shooter. I mean, if you could shoot, you could shoot anything. You know what, Ozzy? Maybe if you're shooting buffalo boar, but for the most part, I mean, I got a lot of 10 millimeters, and I don't find them to be much more recoil than the 45 ACP. Hey, Pezzo, thanks, brother. Always good to have you. I don't know. When I shoot my 357 at the range, my Python's got a lot more recoil than my Glock 20 does. Um, but whatever you carry, a 10 millimeter is very manageable. But like anything else, um, you need to practice. And if you practice enough, you can be proficient with any caliber. However, as much as I love the 10 and the 45, I will admit that um, the 9 millimeter is definitely easier for follow up shots. You know what, Brookside? I got a Python with a 3-inch barrel, and I just bought the Viper a couple of weeks ago. Now, the Python is heavy, doesn't really have a lot of recoil because of the weight. Um, but the Viper, when you shoot in 357 out of the Viper, you know it. Well, my Python, I got the Python Combat Elite. So the Combat Elite took the Python and made some upgrades. Like it comes with G10 grips, comes with a tritium front night sight, and the cylinder is not fluted, it's solid. So it makes it even heavier. And Joe Mac, your mommy's calling you. Bye bye. Holy crap. This session went fast today. And thank you for that, Randall. I really appreciate that, brother. I want to thank all of the subscribers. Um, yes, uh, Jopum, we do this stream for an hour. Um, Wednesday it's from 8 to 9 Eastern. Saturday it's from 12 noon to 1. Yes, that's what I said earlier there, Ozzy. Like, if you go and buy 10 millimeter ammo off the shelf, like Arms Corps or Blazer, um, for the most part, it's really watered down like 40 caliber ammo. It's really not, you know, full blown 10 millimeter. But I reload my own, so my 10 millimeter is a lot more stout, you could say. And thanks for the flower and the coin there, Randall. I appreciate that. Appreciate everyone that supports our channel. We do have some subscribers that decided to join the channel and become members. That helps as well. And I don't understand what that means, Dropem. Let me write that down. Let me write down Pistol Pete, and I'll take a look at it. I agree, Dropem. I will look up his YouTube channel. I will subscribe to him. I do have some other YouTubers that have gun channels that every now and then we do a joint stream together. And yes, we need to support each other in the gun community. I agree. So yes, I will definitely look at that. I will put my email address in here again. On Saturday's stream, I will be giving away a weapon light. So if you're interested, just send me an email. I will randomly pick someone on Saturday, make the announcement, and then I will request your shipping address. So on Saturday's call at 12 noon, I will pick a winner for the weapon light. Take care there, Brooke. Drop them. I don't know. I have a lot. I don't really know the exact amount. Matter of fact, when we moved to Tennessee, I didn't even remember that I had the Remington bolt action 308 in the back of my safe. I found all kinds of shit in my safe I didn't even know I had. And then I had to go out and buy another safe. You know, at one point, people would say to me, do you have more ink or firearms? I don't know. I got a lot of both. All right, we got 4 minutes left, guys. So if there's anything you guys want to discuss or cover for those 4 minutes, this is all yours. Hey, good night, Dale. Thank you for joining. Always good to have you. Well, maybe that's a good thing there, drop them, because I find ink to be just as addictive as guns, right? Like, I don't know anybody that just owns one gun. Same thing with ink. I don't know anybody that just has one tattoo. So, Snapshot Sniper, God bless America. Fortunately, you joined late. The stream does end at 9 o'clock. Drop them. Yes, I do like the Canics. I have a few of them. They're good quality guns. They're made in Turkey. Great quality. And if you put the Canic side by side with the Walther, They look almost identical. It's almost like um, they share technology, or Walther would have sued them by now. I have the Canik Medi, I believe is called, and I have the SC Elite. It is, Canik is well underrated. And the funny thing is, if you remember during the Olympics, that badass guy with the gray hair wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants with his hand in his pocket from Turkey, he was shooting a Canik, one-handed. So, now we do not have his and her safes because my wife doesn't have that many guns. For all you new people out there, please subscribe to the channel so we can help grow. Yes, it's the Medi. I guess that's how you pronounce it. That is a great gun, and so is the SC Elite. I will check out Pistol Pete and subscribe to his channel. Like I said, all the Second Amendment people really do need to stick together. Anyway, this was great. It went quickly. Again, I really enjoyed the time we get to spend together. You guys could be doing a lot of other things, and I'm humbled that you spend your time here with us. I also want to thank our moderators. This stream would not be possible without our moderators. We do get a lot of liberals that come out here try causing shit, and our moderators help kick them out and put them back in their mommy and daddy's basement. So I thank them because couldn't do it without them. All right, guys, it is 9 o'clock. God bless everyone. Thank you all for joining the stream. If you like what we do here, we do it every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern, every Saturday, 12 noon. Please subscribe to the channel, watch our videos, share our videos, like our videos, comment on our videos. Yeah, no problem there. Common sense. We do kick them out. All right, guys, we're going to end the stream now. We will be back Saturday. Hope to catch you all then.